Hi guys, it's Janice. Welcome back to my channel. This is my pull list for December 16th. I filmed this video earlier in the day and was really proud with the way it turned out, and then I accidentally deleted it, so I'm feeling a little bit dumb. So the first comic that I'm picking up this week is Beauty number 5. The description for this issue says, everybody dies sometimes, might as well look good doing it. I'm not going to discuss too much about each of these comics just because they are all comics that I've talked about before, but the Beauty is about an STD that turns everybody beautiful, just makes them really attractive and thin and things like that. And in the beginning of this STD coming around, it didn't seem to have any ramifications, so there was no reason for people to avoid getting it. And then people started exploding. So now we're on the hunt for a cure, and a bunch of other things are going on now with like some cops that work on beauty related cases and things like that. The next comic book I'm picking up is Descender number 8, and the description says Tim 21 and his companions are taken to the mind-bending homeworld of the robot resistance while a long-lost figure from Tim's past emerges, but will he be friend or foe? And then it does say major plot point, major revealed about Tim 21's past and the Harvesters. So the Harvesters are these large robot things that came 10 years before where this comic book is taking place, and just caused massive damage and loss of life on a lot of different planets, and it is what caused all the robots and androids and things like that to be banned. And so I guess we're going to find out some information about Tim and the robots. We do know a little bit of information already that whoever created Tim's design initially also, or some of the structures in Tim's design are similar to signature structures in the Harvester. So it's very likely that they're created by the same person. The next thing I'm picking up is Lumberjanes number 21. This description says the Lumberjanes are startled to learn that they've already met their first werewolf. So the last arc covered mermaids, and now we're going to werewolves. So I'm not really certain why they're startled to learn that they've already met a werewolf, because, you know, there's the bear woman, and then mermaids and stuff, and lots of other mythical creatures. So I don't know why they would be startled. I am pretty interested to find out who it is. I don't have any like serious theories, because I don't know that as far as the Lumberjanes go, there's not very many other Lumberjanes that have been highlighted in any of the issues, but there are like the Boy Scout guys across the lake, so it might be one of them. I don't really know though. The next thing I'm picking up is Phonogram, the Immaterial Girl number 5. I have not read any of these issues, and I'm actually really regretting picking these up in individual issues, because I'm going to be getting the first 2 trade paperbacks, and then after I've read those, I'm going to read these. So I don't know why I picked these up in individuals. But I have them all now, so there's no point to stop at this point. And it says, an impossible mission to save a friend. It's like 2006 again. Nothing's changed except everything has, as the Immaterial Girl reveals as it builds towards its climax. So I guess we're getting towards the end here. But like I said, I don't know anything about it. So the next thing is Wicked and Divine number 17. The description says, in the last of our guest issues, we're joined by Brandon Graham to slink closer to the mysterious and oft murderous Sekhmet, plus a backup by Jamie and Matt. Also, the of an arc. It says the of an arc. I'll put a picture of the sentence right here. I think it's supposed to say the end of an arc. There's so much that's left out in these descriptions. Like, words are often left out. It's hilarious. But it says, Wick Div, expect big game changes and or Sekhmet having a nice purr. So there's a lot going on in Wick Div. So many characters, so many deaths and stuff like that. Sekhmet, she is the character, like when I look at her, all I think is Rihanna. But I'm excited to read it. I love Wicked and Divine. I think it's an amazing comic book. I think it's beautiful. I think there's a lot going on, and I think it's going to be one that benefits rereading. Like, rereading will benefit me. So those are the 5 issues that I'm picking up, and then I do have a couple other things. So Carl's picking up a bunch of comics, and he and I don't have a lot of crossover. That's not true, but the one comic book that he's picking up this week that I am looking forward to reading is Huck number 2. The description says, now under media scrutiny, Huck sets out to help the flood of strangers coming to him in need. So in issue 1, Huck is revealed, like, you meet Huck and he has superpowers of some sort, and every single day he uses these abilities to do one good deed for somebody. And they can be small good deeds, like taking everybody's trash in the whole town, or big good deeds, like saving somebody's life. So a woman moves to the town, and they keep a secret because they appreciate the help that he gives, and they don't want to, broadcast it to the world that he's there doing this. Not because they're ashamed of it, but just because they don't want him to have too much to do or whatever. So a new person comes to the town. She loses her necklace. He finds it for her. She doesn't just lose it. She accidentally throws it away. He goes to the dump and he finds it for her because he has these abilities to just, find things, or whatever his abilities are. He has lots of them, obviously. It's not just finding them. He's just good at whatever. And so, they tell her, Huck found it for you, and we all know that he can do these things, but we keep it kind of on the down low. And she and another person decide that they're going to broadcast this because there might be money in it for them or whatever. And so now I guess a lot of people are coming to the town looking for Huck's assistance. I don't know how that's going to play out, since he, up to this point, has only done one good deed a day. Does he have the power to do more a day, or what gives him his powers? There's obviously a lot of questions, but it's a really interesting comic book. I really enjoy it. Next, and the other things are stuff I'm not getting, but that I want to talk about. The first thing being Mixtape Boombox for 2015. It's like a little book of comics. It's got mini comics having to do with other series that are already out on Boombox, and then future series. Boombox is a subset of Boom Comics, and Boombox really has Lumberjanes and Giant Days, which are two that I get. And it says, we reached out to a bunch of our favorite creators with one mission in mind: to bring original, unconventional characters and stories to life. The mixtape is an eclectic collection of stories based on characters that are anything but your average lot. Narwhal janitors and the urban cowboys are just the tip of these stories that are best described as off the beaten track. And I guess I didn't copy what was after that, but it said that there was going to be a Lumberjanes story, a Giant Day story, a Power Up story, I think, and then a couple others stories, and then there's going to be one story from a comic that's coming up in the future. So, and I'll have a link to that. I'll have a link to all of this in the description. And then there are two series that I no longer am going to be picking up, but I do plan on eventually picking up in trade paperbacks, and that's Clean Room number 3. I don't think I got number 2. I just got number 1, and it is about a woman she's a journalist. Her fiance commits suicide after reading a book called Clean Room or something like that from a self-help person, and I enjoyed it, but not enough that I want to keep picking up individual issues. I'd rather wait until it comes out to trade paperback and pick it up. And then the other thing that's coming out this week that I've decided to no longer get, and I don't think I got the last one either, I think I just have the first 3, is Spire number 5, and it says non-human prejudice reaches an all-time high, and Shaz looks into the Spire's past. So the Spire, it is there are humans and then there are non-humans. Shaw is the head of the police type people in their community, and she is not a human. She has this hole in her back where these strings come out and they can do things. It's really creepy, but I really enjoyed it. I think it's good and I like it. And I read actually somewhere it was considered one of the top 15 comic books of 2015 or maybe 25. I don't know. I'll have to find. I'll see if I can find that article, which had a lot of really good comics on it. I think Private Eye was on there. That, I was Private Eye has a lot of other good comic books. Let me name one. I can't think of what else was in there, but Private Eye is really good. So, so in the Spire, the higher up in this tower that you live in, the Spire, the higher your rank in society. So the nobility live in the highest levels and things like that. And a woman is killed and there's just a bunch of stuff going on. I liked it, but I just didn't have any drive to read it, and I think that this is one that'll be better in trade just because I don't feel like I was getting enough information in each individual issue, and so reading it all at one time is probably just going to be better. So that's what I'm picking up this week. What are you picking up this week? Are you getting any of the same comics as me? Let me know in the comments, and I will, respond to anything I receive. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. You can follow me on Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram, all the same JJJJanis. And thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. Bye.